So this course is almost traditional one. The structure of the course is, well, on the screen. We have lectures, we have homework assignments, we have exams, discussion sections, and laboratory sections. In the summer, we put them together. Some people love it, some people hate it. Why would you love it? Well, you don't have to come specifically for discussion section and then for a lab section on the campus, so that is a convenience. But of course, time-wise, 1 hour of formal discussion plus 2.5 hours of formal lab gives you 3.5 hour of new investigative lab. The summer semester must follow exactly the same topics which fall semester follows. It must provide a similar amount of workload, homework, and et cetera, et cetera. However, in the fall, this material has to be covered into, well, 14, 15 weeks, and now the same amount of material is squeezed in 6 weeks. So the summer courses usually are more intense. And the best strategy for doing a homework is not waiting until the deadline is looming and starting working very quickly, trying to solve all problems at once. Again, people tried to do it in the past. They didn't succeed. It's physically impossible. The best strategy is doing a little bit of homework every day. This is how the final grade will be calculated. Standard equation, almost every faculty uses exactly the same coefficients. I've been using this equation for many years. It's a not very common occurrence when I slightly change a coefficient or two. Last time it happened like 5 years ago. And of course, you can see that according to the syllabus, every part of the course provides a certain portion of the total grade: lectures, labs, homework, exam number 1, exam number 2, exam number 3. Lecture grade, lab grade, and homework grade, I say it's a free grade for you. All you have to do is just do it. Be here, go to labs, put some effort in your homework, and that's it. 37% of your total grade automatically yours. Plus, if you really do your homework, if you really work on the lab assignment, that automatically brings the exam grades higher. So when we talk in the class about physics, about any topic, when you come to office hours and send me an email, I'm always open for suggestions and discussions. However, when the grading is happening, I'm not myself anymore. I'm not a person. I'm a machine. I don't think about people. I just think about numbers. There is an equation, and I have to plug in numbers, and wherever it is, that's the answer. That's it. Decimals matter. Racing for the final grade is kind of similar to racing to the finish line. This is a picture from 2015 Boston Marathon. And you see the difference makes sometimes a fraction of a second between who comes first and who comes second, who comes third, et cetera, et cetera. So when a final grade is calculated, decimals do matter. This is one of the examples from the past of the final grading. The scale is not carved in stone. Boundaries, you will see, might be slightly moved one way or another. It depends on the total distribution in the end of the course. I cannot predict the distribution. I just have to use it. That's it. And you can see that the gap between two consecutive letter grades is large. And that's what the gap's supposed to be. It has to be large, so small fluctuations in a grade wouldn't matter. This is another example, slightly different grading scale, the results. And a student sent me an email. Can I do anything else in order to get B-? I'm so close to it. Well, these are the components of the total grade: lectures, labs, homework, exam, second, third. That's it. There is nothing else. So the answer to this question is, unfortunately, no. There's nothing else which can be done right now after the grading has finished to change the grade. So the best strategy is just not losing any points. That's it. Do homework on time. Hopefully not getting sick too much. BU policy, of course, provides the solution. What happens if, God forbid, someone breaks a leg? It happened in the past. Well, in that case, according to BU policy, I would have to give an incomplete, and a student should complete the course at a later time. It doesn't happen, of course, very often, once in a couple of years, but it might. So just be careful on the streets, especially if you're riding a bicycle. Boston, if you love riding a bicycle, is a blessing, and also is very dangerous. So keep it in mind. Have your gear, mirror, helmet, of course. I've had students been hit by a car in the middle of the course. What can you do about it? Another example, would you please round my grade? No? Decimals do matter. I can't round a grade for one person and don't do it for everybody else. The policy has to be used equally for everyone. That's a matter of fairness. So if I draw a boundary between A and N-, that's what I have to do. I have to find the largest gap. See, these numbers indicate the difference between two consecutive grades, and that's why decimals matter. Without those decimals, there is no way to find the boundary. But with those decimals, okay, this number gives a large gap, about a half of a point, which is huge. So this is a natural place for a boundary between two grades, etc., etc. Same reasoning is applied to other boundary and to other boundary. When the boundary is drawn, there is always someone close to it. That's just a matter of nature, universe. There is a boundary, there are people close to it. That's it. There's nothing to do about it. If I would move that boundary, it would have been another person close to it. So that's why I don't move the boundaries. I found one which fits the best, and I have to stick to that. And that's the policy. I feel that I put so much effort. Can I get an A-? Well, again, the components of the grade are fixed. There is no term which says an effort. Maybe it should have been, but it's not up to me. It's up to higher power. Until people will be able to measure an effort, we can't use it as a gradable element. Any questions on the grading?